The following is a presentation of TFNN. The Morning Market Kickoff with your host, Tommy O'Brien. Now, Tommy O'Brien.
Good morning, everybody. I'm Tommy O'Brien, coming to you live from TFNN, 9:06 a.m. Tuesday morning. We got 24 minutes to go to the start of trading. You got markets in positive territory in pretty dramatic fashion right now. You're looking at an S&P charging higher by more than 1.5% right now. We're trading at 4,067. NASDAQ 100, you're up almost 2%. You were over 2% at one point. NASDAQ 100 up 1.9%. That's 234 points in the positive right now. You're looking at a Dow positive by 400 plus points. 1.25%, 32,568. The Russell up 1.9%, 1815. Bitcoin back above 30,000 this morning. How about crude hitting 115 this morning? We're back to 114.24. You got gold up $14 as well, trading at 18.28. And we jump to notes and bonds. We're getting a little bit of lower price and higher yield as we revert from yesterday's action where you saw a little bit of higher price there. Today we're looking to yield 2.96%, inching their way back to 3%. That's the yield on the 10-year, 2.96%. We jump over to the volatility index as this market rips higher. You get the VIX trading at 2660 right now. And folks, Larry Pesavento, he's kicking things off right now. He's got a live trading webinar. He's already got trades going on out there. There is still time to sign up right on the front page of TFNN. Started at 9 o'clock. It goes till 2. The webinar will be archived. You got a month of his newsletter as well. If you do sign up, it's taking place at our Discord server. You'll have to join that room. It may take a few minutes if you sign up right now, as it's already 10 minutes after it began. But that's the last plug for it. What a day for a live trading webinar. 5 hours, Mr. Pesavento. I was in there as they're getting ready at 9 o'clock. They're rocking and they're rolling, as they say. All right, let's kick things off with some earnings. And Walmart, they're missed on earnings, and they're talking about costs, folks. Missed earnings expectations for the fiscal quarter, cost pressure from fuel prices, higher inventory levels, and overstaffing. They did raise their sales outlook for the year, but lowered its profit expectations. And they are dropping pretty dramatically today. You jump over to Walmart right now, you're down almost 10% at one point. Let's see where they're trading right now. You're down from $148.21. You're down about $9 right now. You were down to $137, so it wasn't quite 10%. You were down $11 though. Conference call beginning at about 8 in the morning. But Walmart, they're dropping. You're seeing Target drop as well on that news. Target down about $3 from a close yesterday of $218.35. We're sitting right now at $215.20 for Target shares. Citigroup jumping around. Mr. Warren Buffett. So he's bailing on Wells Fargo, and he's got a $3 billion stake in Citigroup. That's the news. You jump over to Citi this morning. There's an acceleration for you, up to $50. You jump over to Wells Fargo. He had been selling on that one for a while, so not a huge impact. But he's completely out of Wells Fargo now. He's got a $3 billion position, $2.95 billion to be exact, at the end of March. And yeah, interesting to see how Buffett plays out over there in terms of building a position in Citi. That's really been a little bit of a laggard. You take a look at the longer term. That's Wells Fargo. Take a look at a longer term for Citi. We're trading right about $50, but there's your acceleration, man. You were at $80 about a year ago. You're sitting at $50 for Citi. You're back chopping around to where you were almost at the pandemic lows, which is remarkable, $47. You compare that to the likes of even Bank of America, right? Sitting at $35. Pandemic lows were at $25. JP Morgan sitting at $118. Pandemic lows were about $100. JP Morgan's had quite a pullback as well. Pretty remarkable. All right, the other thing we have out this morning, pulling up the article, is we have Home Depot out with some pretty good earnings this morning. Pulling up their article in terms of their numbers for Home Depot, raises the full-year outlook after an earnings beat, a record first quarter sales, the numbers that they come in with, $409 a share versus $368. And how about $38.91 billion? Net income, $4.23 billion, or $409. That's up from $4.15 a year earlier. I mean, imagine, remember a year earlier when everybody was just rocking in terms of housing repairs, restorations, Home Depot, and they are beating those numbers. Net sales rising 3.8%. We jump over to Home Depot shares this morning. 1, 2, 3. That's a weekly. It's not going to put the action on this morning, and there you go. You're going to open at about 307.48. You're up about $12 this morning for Home Depot shares. You were as high as 311. We jump over to Lowe's. Lowe's trading up to 201 from 194. Now, we get Lowe's and we get Target tomorrow. We got Home Depot and we got Walmart today. Interesting how you get the two biggest companies today, the leaders, Walmart, Home Depot. You get their closest competitors tomorrow with Target and Lowe's coming out, but both of those reacting on their competitors' earnings so far this morning. We got to jump to Twitter. The possibility of that deal getting done gets smaller and smaller, folks. What I will say is it's a real bummer, just the total discourse out there of Mr. Elon Musk and somehow blaming this on not knowing that Twitter had spam bots. If there's one thing that we were all aware of, folks, is that fake accounts and spam accounts were all over Twitter. It was obviously a part of the due diligence that you would do before you paid tens of billions of dollars to that company. And all of a sudden, the richest man in the world and all his bankers said, hey, wait a second, they have some fake accounts that we have to figure out as before we buy it. Like that wasn't known. Whatever the real reason is, not the fake accounts. Stay tuned, folks. We'll be right back with Kevin Hincks.
In a time of booming inflation, where your purchasing power is eroded, there's no better place to protect your hard-earned money than in gold. Vista Gold's flagship asset is the Mount Todd Gold Project in the Northern Territory of Australia. This is Australia's largest undeveloped gold project. We are talking a world-class gold project in a Tier 1 mining district. This is a large-scale, low-cost project with significant existing infrastructure in a politically safe and friendly mining jurisdiction. Vista Gold just completed the Mount Todd feasibility study, which resulted in a 7 million ounce gold reserve and a 16-year mine life. All of this, combined with the approvals of all major operational as well as environmental permits. This distinguishes Mount Todd as an attractive, de-risk partner, ready development stage gold project. Vista Gold trades on the New York Stock Exchange under the symbol VGZ.
Everything in the universe is governed by the Fibonacci sequence. This mathematical principle is responsible for everything from the most aesthetically pleasing artwork to patterns in the stock market. To stay on top of stock patterns you can take advantage of, sign up for the Fibonacci 24/7 newsletter at TFNN.com. When you subscribe, you'll get a weekly report from veteran day trader Larry Pesavento on stocks you need to pay attention to. And you can trust Larry's analysis. After all, he's got 45 years experience as a day trader. Larry will also provide daily charts, videos, and data on the key markets that he's tracking. Expect notifications from Larry on market movement you need to act on at any time. First-time subscribers also get a 30-day money-back guarantee. If you're not satisfied, let us know and you'll get a full refund within 30 days of signing up. Subscribe to the Fibonacci 24/7 newsletter today. TFNN.com, educating investors.
Steve Rhodes started his trading career as a student almost 20 years ago, and the student has now become the master. Steve won the prestigious Timer of the Year award in 2018 and barely missed that mark again in 2019, finishing at number 2 for the year. An amazing accomplishment. Steve Rhodes is committed to sharing his techniques and knowledge with anyone who wants to learn, and he shares his vast amount of trading knowledge every day in his Mastering Probability newsletter. Steve's award-winning newsletter, Mastering Probability, is delivered every trading day with updates throughout the afternoon. Sign up for Steve's market newsletter, Mastering Probability, and you'll receive access to 7 of Steve's educational webinars absolutely free. At TFNN, all our newsletters come with a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have absolutely nothing to worry about. Visit TFNN.com and try Mastering Probability 30 days risk-free today. TFNN, educating investors.
Welcome back, folks. We get the S&Ps right now. You're up 62 points. You're looking at a NASDAQ 100 up 233 points. Making sure. Can you hear me? I think you can, right? Got me? My mic's kind of pausing out a little bit. Yes. Okay. We should be good. NASDAQ up 235. Excuse me, folks. Dow up 400 right now. We jump around. So retail sales this morning. Getting to the headline number. For the month of April, increased 0.9%. That's after an upwardly revised 1.4% gain in March. Now, those figures not adjusted for inflation. So the methodology could be that, you have rising inflation that should lead to higher sales, even if they're just adjusting for inflation, okay? Now, excluding vehicles and gas, this is where you get a little bit of a beat in terms of the expectation. So the number for headline was a 0.9% increase. The market was looking for a 1% increase, so a little bit of a miss. But if you exclude vehicles and gas stations, sales rose 1%. The market was looking for 0.7% jump if you exclude autos and gas stations. So interesting action, pretty strong retail sales number coming out this morning for the month of April. It's already May 17th, though, so we'll see how those numbers come out for May. All right, folks, let's jump over to our man, Kevin Hincks. Every trading day, 12 noon Eastern time, Fast Market on the TD Ameritrade Network right here on Tiger TV. Your host, Kevin Hincks, Tom White. They break down the day's market action. Kevin Hincks, another wild one out there. Good morning.
Buckle up, Tommy. This is going to be another good one. It turns out that the U.S. is still on a little bit of a shopping spree because these retail sales numbers and the revisions from last month were massive. So, interesting. That combined with the results out of Home Depot and Walmart, pretty interesting start to the trading day, that's for sure.
Oof. Walmart's an interesting one for sure, Kevin. They raised the outlook. They're going to be doing plenty of sales, but a pretty common theme in terms of the amount of money that they had to spend, decrease on earnings. They're getting hit pretty hard this morning. Home Depot, not the case, man. They took it to the bottom line. What do you think about whether it's a little bit of a divergence, right? Home Depot kind of crushes it, especially on the earnings, and Walmart, man, they're struggling. Groceries, a big part of Walmart's business, and we all know, man, food is just through the roof on prices right now.
Right. If you would have told me yesterday, I would have thought it would be the opposite price action today, right? I thought people would be starting to drift towards essentials and away from home improvement, but that's not the case, Tommy. I mean, most people thought Home Depot's numbers would be down, and they killed. So, yeah. And even though Walmart put up pretty good numbers, but higher product cost, higher transportation cost, higher wages took down the profitability. The numbers they put up were all pretty good, but the profitability was what got hurt there because of those higher prices. So really interesting turn of events here in terms of the retail sales data, Home Depot and Walmart earnings, but all things considered, pretty strong start to the day here, Tommy.
Be interesting to see if this trend continues with their competitors coming up tomorrow with Target and Lowe's. The expectations for Target lowered a little bit. They're a little bit lower. The expectations for Lowe's, man, raised a little bit. And yeah, I got some of the numbers up here, man. We all know last year, the housing market exploding, right? May 2021, Home Depot through the roof, Lowe's through the roof, and just amazing. Home Depot net sales rising 3.8%, and same-store sales 2.2% in the quarter. And when you look at even a yearly basis, Kevin, growing pretty remarkable when you think about what they've done over that year. We jump to the market. We got the 10-year yield rising again, Kevin. We're inching towards that 3% number. We got a bunch of other companies, especially in the retail sector, coming out with their numbers. What are you guys going to be talking about at noon today, Kevin?
Well, Tommy, we're talking about exactly what you think we'd be talking about, which is the first segment of the show will be Lowe's. The second segment, like Foley will do a presentation on Target. And then we'll look at a stock that's up pre-market, United Airlines, and with some big news today about overall traffic and the overall strength of air travel. So Lowe's, Target, and United Airlines today, Tommy.
It's always kind of interesting when you're the competitor. I mean, if you're Lowe's, it's a tough one because now you're $6 higher. You're coming into earnings, and they're going to say, man, Home Depot crushed it. You should be crushing it, too, if you got everything in line. Target, a little bit of the flip side there is they're down pretty dramatically. They're down $4 or $5 right now on those Walmart earnings. Well, Kevin, we appreciate the conversation. We appreciate the update as always. We get the S&Ps right now, man. Remarkable. You're up 1.55%. NASDAQ up almost 2% on the dot. We'll be watching at 12 noon Eastern time today for Fast Market. Kevin, you have a great one, man.
Thanks for having me on, Tommy. Have a great day.
Always a pleasure. Folks, tune in every trading day on the TD Ameritrade Network right here on Tiger TV, 12 noon Eastern time. Kevin Hincks, Tom White. It's a great week of retail earnings. You heard the stocks they're going to be going over. They walk you through hypothetical trade setups. You're talking about options. And I love when Kevin says it. Every trade that they set up, folks, has defined risk. That's the way to be, especially in this market. You define your risk so you don't wake up and all of a sudden you have lost more money than you thought you could when you're risking, when you're calculating those risks. Our man Larry Pesavento says it all the time. Don't worry about what you can make. Worry about what you can lose, folks. And that is so true when you're talking about trading. All right, jumping back to these markets right now. So the S&P's up 63, NASDAQ up 241 for the NASDAQ 100. Let's jump around to some of those FANG stocks with 5 minutes to go until the opening bell. You're going to see Amazon opening up about $35 this morning. We jump to Google shares. They're all going to be opening up pretty positive when you get the NASDAQ up about 2%. Google up to $23.30 this morning. We jump over to Amazon shares. Yeah, I just did that. Microsoft shares this morning up to $265. The big dog Apple, up to $148. Absolutely remarkable, the volatility going on for a stock like Apple, folks. Apple, 16.5 billion shares outstanding. I think that's the number. So every $10 is $160 billion of market cap that is either gained or lost. So from last Thursday, Apple has gained $165 billion in market cap. But guess what? From last Wednesday to last Thursday, what is that? What they lose? $250, $300 billion in market cap? That's where you're seeing some serious volatility in the NASDAQ, folks, because the market caps that are being affected, absolutely amazing. We jump over to Coinbase. I was talking about this stock a lot yesterday. You're up $5. It could be an opportunity, folks, but I would not be touching this thing, and I wouldn't be touching it for a while. The news out there in their last quarterly filing is that if you have funds, if you have crypto at Coinbase, that if they go BK, that's just part of their regular user funds, and you're just going to get in line with everybody else as a creditor. That statement alone should crush their business. If it doesn't crush their business, then that means that most of the people on that platform are novices, because no way you're trading anything as a professional, putting your money into Coinbase on a company that's trading at $61, down from $4.29 when they went public, down from $3.50 less than a year ago. No way you're putting your money on the line in there, risking the fact that they go BK and all of your funds are lost. Not a good statement for that company. And crypto, all right, does not saying it's going back down to 10,000, folks. But you just traded from 70,000 in November to 30,000. You break below where we were in June. You break below the trend line pretty decisively. There is nothing stopping Bitcoin from going to 10,000, folks. And if Bitcoin goes to 10,000, Coinbase definitely could go bankrupt. And if Coinbase goes bankrupt, they're going to take all the user funds. So stay away from that equity. That would be my opinion. Stay tuned, folks. We'll be right back for the open.
If you want to take advantage of this sector, now is the time to subscribe to my Gold Report. The Gold Report is a comprehensive look at the metals sector as well as the markets that move gold, which is the currency and bond markets. New subscribers get a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have nothing to lose. Every Monday morning, I publish the Gold Report with coverage of gold, silver, bonds, the XAU, HUI, GDX, as well as more than 30 different mining equities. To see for yourself the types of profitable trades that are recommended within the Gold Report, sign up now by visiting TFNN.com. Don't miss out on the next great gold trade. Sign up today.
TFNN has just launched their new trading room, the Tiger's Den, hosted at Discord. TFNN has been educating traders for more than 20 years with live programming hosted by a variety of professional traders during market hours. And now they are expanding their reach with the Tiger's Den, available to all tigers and tigresses for just $1 for the year. There's no catch or added costs when you join our community of traders. In the Tiger's Den, you can look over the shoulders of Tom O'Brien and the other TFNN hosts while they analyze charts during their live Tiger TV programs and join an interactive trading community with hundreds of members exchanging ideas. Interact with other Tigers and Tigresses as they share trading ideas, news analysis, and discuss the market action all trading day, even at night and on the weekends. The Tiger's Den at Discord is accessible on mobile or tablets as well, so it's always at your reach. To sign up today and become a part of this educational community of traders, just visit the front page of TFNN.com.
TFNN is excited about our new software charting program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts. In collaboration with Tom O'Brien and using his best-selling book, The Art of Timing the Trade, Your Ultimate Trading Mastery System, David White has programmed an outstanding piece of software that will complement any trader's methodology. Using this first-of-its-kind program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts allows you to scan thousands of stocks for Fibonacci formation setups, including Gartley's, ABC's, butterflies, and much more. The Art of Timing the Trade Charts is designed to help you when scouring the markets for stocks just beginning to form the trading patterns that many investors spend days, weeks, or even months searching to find. And right now, we're offering licenses available at only $79 a month. We are so confident that you're going to love this new charting software that will even give you a 30-day unconditional money-back guarantee. Don't miss out on this incredible new piece of software. Get your copy of The Art of Timing the Trade Charts today by visiting TFNN.com.
Of booming inflation, where your purchasing power is eroded, there's no better place to protect your hard-earned money than in gold. Vista Gold's flagship asset is the Mount Todd Gold Project in the Northern Territory of Australia. This is Australia's largest undeveloped gold project. We are talking a world-class gold project in a Tier 1 mining district. This is a large-scale, low-cost project with significant existing infrastructure in a politically safe and friendly mining jurisdiction. Vista Gold just completed the Mount Todd feasibility study, which resulted in a 7 million ounce gold reserve and a 16-year mine life. All of this, combined with the approvals of all major operational as well as environmental permits. This distinguishes Mount Todd as an attractive, de-risked partner, ready development stage gold project. Vista Gold trades on the New York Stock Exchange under the symbol VGZ.
Everything in the universe is governed by the Fibonacci sequence. This mathematical principle is responsible for everything from the most aesthetically pleasing artwork to patterns in the stock market. To stay on top of stock patterns you can take advantage of, sign up for the Fibonacci 24/7 newsletter at TFNN.com. When you subscribe, you'll get a weekly report from veteran day trader Larry Pesavento on stocks you need to pay attention to. And you can trust Larry's analysis. After all, he's got 45 years experience as a day trader. Larry will also provide daily charts, videos, and data on the key markets that he's tracking. Expect notifications from Larry on market movement you need to act on at any time. First-time subscribers also get a 30-day money-back guarantee. If you're not satisfied, let us know and you'll get a full refund within 30 days of signing up. Subscribe to the Fibonacci 24/7 newsletter today. TFNN.com, educating investors.
Steve Rhodes started his trading career as a student almost 20 years ago, and the student has now become the master. Steve won the prestigious Timer of the Year award in 2018 and barely missed that mark again in 2019, finishing at number 2 for the year. An amazing accomplishment. Steve Rhodes is committed to sharing his techniques and knowledge with anyone who wants to learn, and he shares his vast amount of trading knowledge every day in his Mastering Probability newsletter. Steve's award-winning newsletter, Mastering Probability, is delivered every trading day with updates throughout the afternoon. Sign up for Steve's market newsletter, Mastering Probability, and you'll receive access to 7 of Steve's educational webinars absolutely free. At TFNN, all our newsletters come with a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have absolutely nothing to worry about. Visit TFNN.com and try Mastering Probability 30 days risk-free today. TFNN, educating investors.
If you want to take advantage of this sector, now is the time to subscribe to my Gold Report. The Gold Report is a comprehensive look at the metals sector as well as the markets that move gold, which is the currency and bond markets. New subscribers get a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have nothing to lose. Every Monday morning, I publish the Gold Report with coverage of gold, silver, bonds, the XAU, HUI, GDX, as well as more than 30 different mining equities. To see for yourself the types of profitable trades that are recommended within the Gold Report, sign up now by visiting TFNN.com. Don't miss out on the next great gold trade. Sign up today.
TFNN has just launched their new trading room, the Tiger's Den. Hosted at Discord, TFNN has been educating traders for more than 20 years with live programming hosted by a variety of professional traders during market hours. And now they are expanding their reach with the Tiger's Den, available to all tigers and tigresses for just $1 for the year. There's no catch or added costs when you join our community of traders. In the Tiger's Den, you can look over the shoulders of Tom O'Brien and the other TFNN hosts while they analyze charts during their live Tiger TV programs, and join an interactive trading community with hundreds of members exchanging ideas. Interact with other tigers and tigresses as they share trading ideas, news analysis, and discuss the market action all trading day, even at night and on the weekends. The Tiger's Den at Discord is accessible on mobile or tablets as well, so it's always at your reach. To sign up today and become a part of this educational community of traders, just visit the front page of TFNN.com.
TFNN is excited about our new software charting program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts. In collaboration with Tom O'Brien and using his best-selling book, The Art of Timing the Trade, Your Ultimate Trading Mastery System, David White has programmed an outstanding piece of software that will complement any trader's methodology. Using this first-of-its-kind program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts allows you to scan thousands of stocks for Fibonacci formation setups, including Gartley's, ABC's, butterflies, and much more. The Art of Timing the Trade Charts is designed to help you when scouring the markets for stocks just beginning to form the trading patterns that many investors spend days, weeks, or even months searching to find. And right now, we're offering licenses available at only $79 a month. We are so confident that you're going to love this new charting software that will even give you a 30-day unconditional money-back guarantee. Don't miss out on this incredible new piece of software. Get your copy of The Art of Timing the Trade Charts today by visiting TFNN.com.
This segment is brought to you by Thinkorswim. For more information, just click the Thinkorswim banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
Welcome back, folks. We get the S&P right now trading up 53 points. You give back some of the gains right now, jumping back to a 15-minute chart. We're trading at, that is Bitcoin. We're trading right now at 4,056. You see the volatility dropping a bit on the open. We're negative by 15 points right now. There's some volume coming in as we start the trading day. NASDAQ still up 1.9% right now, 12,476. We jump back to Home Depot, catching a little bit of a bid. You're up 4.4% on their earnings. Walmart, they drop on the open. You're down $12. You're down 8.4%, $135. Market does not like that they're not making as much money as they were supposed to for a company like Walmart. And you jump to Lowe's right now, up 2% on the Home Depot news. They give it back a little bit, though. The market's saying maybe they don't live up just as well as Home Depot did. You jump to Home Depot up 4% right now. Remarkable action. All right, we jump over to United. Kevin referenced United. You're up 4.8% right now for United. United said Tuesday that the FAA has cleared the path for the return of 52 Boeing 777s that were grounded after their Pratt & Whitney engine failure in February of last year. The planes represent 10% of United's capacity, so it's really, really material. You really can't rush safety, but 10% is what they're talking about there for United. That pops their stock this morning. You jump over to Boeing. Boeing up 3.8% as well. We jump over to some of the other airlines. You got American up 4.2%. You got Delta up 4.2%. We jump to some of the cruise lines. Carnival up 4.6% so far this morning. Norwegian right now trading up 4.5%. All those travel stocks catching a bid. We jump over to some of Airbnb. Growth stock up about 4% to 119 right now. Jump over to the hotels. Marriott up about 2.2% so far as well. All right, jumping around to other articles I had up here. And this is the one. Musk says Twitter must prove bot claims for $44 billion deal to proceed. Don't you think that could have been said, folks, before he signed on the bottom line? He won't move forward otherwise. Deal's probably dead, folks. The market's saying that. We'll pull up the chart in a moment. Stokes speculation. Yeah, I would say so. Twitter has already come out and said that they basically cannot publicly prove their numbers without revealing insider information, that they're not willing to. Elon going back and forth on Twitter. The most remarkable thing about this is that he sold all those Tesla shares to buy Twitter. He's not going to buy Twitter. You think he's going to buy back the Tesla shares, folks? I don't think so. Twitter right now. Now, do I have a break coming in? I wanted that break at a normal time, please. Okay. Twitter. Okay, perfect. We got a break, folks. I'll be right back.
Are you in the market for buying or selling real estate in the Bay Area, including the surrounding St. Petersburg, Tampa, and Clearwater markets? Tiger Real Estate LLC is a firm that has extensive experience in the Tampa Bay area. Whether you're looking to sell your current property for maximum value, or you're in the market for a second home or investment property, Tiger Realty has the experience across all areas of real estate in the Tampa Bay area to help buyers and sellers make the most informed decisions across all price levels. From the price you should be paying per square foot in certain up-and-coming areas to the type of cash flow investment properties are capable of creating, Tiger Real Estate can help you make the best decision when it comes to all areas of the market. Before you make one of the biggest decisions of your financial future, call Tiger Real Estate LLC today at 727-329-8322 or email us at tiger@tfnn.com. That's 727-329-8322. Call us today.
The technology around us is changing every day. With so much happening, it can seem impossible to keep up with all the information. David White's investment newsletter, The Technology Insider, is designed to give you all the information you need to understand the technology that shapes today's markets and tomorrow's future. David White has made his living staying on the cutting edge of technology. His weekly newsletter will give you specific recommendations for value tech stocks, as well as entry prices, target prices, and stops to set for each trade. Dave delivers his weekly newsletters every Friday with updates throughout the week. You can get the Technology Insider at TFNN.com for only $37.50. Sign up for David's newsletter, The Technology Insider, and get an inside look at everything the technology sector has to offer. Try it risk-free today with our 30-day money-back guarantee. TFNN, educating investors.
Will the S&P 500 continue to climb? For bold trades on U.S. large-cap stocks in either direction, trade SPXL, SPUU, or SPXS. Directions Daily S&P 500 Bull and Bear Leveraged ETFs. Direction Leveraged ETFs. An investor should carefully consider a fund's investment objective, risks, charges, and expenses before investing. A fund's prospectus and summary prospectus contain this and other information about Direction shares. To obtain a fund's prospectus and summary prospectus, call 866-476-7523 or visit directioninvestments.com. A fund's prospectus and summary prospectus should be read carefully before investing. An investment in the funds is subject to risk, including the possible loss of principal. The funds are designed to be utilized only by sophisticated investors such as traders and active investors. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC.
Don't forget, you can listen to TFNN live on your mobile device 24 hours per day. Go to TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV. That's TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV.
Welcome back, folks. We get the S&P just sitting basically right where we open right now. You're looking at the S&P futures up 57 points at 4,061. The NASDAQ holding well, up 2.3%. You catch a little bit of a bid. You're talking about highs pre-market in the NASDAQ, 12,544. We're trading 12,526 right now. The Dow's up 300. Bitcoin up $1,100, and we got some action in commodities as you got crude inching towards those recent highs of 115.56. You take a look at crude on a longer-term basis. Let me put that back on a daily to see the highs that we're bumping up against. Critical level, you could say, for crude, we have a recent high of 116.64. You're within about $1. Let me get that price point. About $1.40 of that price point. We break through there. The highs are totally within the realm of 130 for the price of crude, and gold catching a bid by about $12. But man, talk about a give back on gold. The entire run from January to 2078, you give it all back. Remarkable. Currently trading at 1826. All right, jumping around to the other news. Bill Hwang. He is going on the offensive. Interesting here. He's going to investigate the investigators. No. Seeks probe of Morgan Stanley in costly short squeeze. Looks like he's trying to put the blame on someone else other than himself. The firm has asked authorities to review the bank's action. It'll be interesting to see how this plays out. Okay, before Bill Hwang sent a slate of stocks on a manic climb last year, he had already started bleeding billions of dollars on a bearish bet after seeking Morgan Stanley's help. It's an untold chapter that played out just before the bullish trades crumbled, wiping out tens of billions of dollars in terms of his wealth. He had placed a massive short bet on a couple different equities. He wanted to close out his position. He told Morgan Stanley he needed to buy a large block of shares to unwind the position, according to people with knowledge of the episode. But before he managed to defuse the bet, the price skyrocketed, gaining more than 400% in 2 months after Christmas. That was a $4 billion bite, and it started the cascade to lower prices. This will be an interesting one to see how it plays out, because my guess is there's a lot of money that can be made when you find out that somebody has a concentrated position to that degree. And it'd be interesting to see if that did play out. Okay, jumping around to what else is going on in this market, as we have a bunch of things moving right now. Pulling up in terms of where we go for earnings, as we talked about, you have the two big dogs with lows and targets, there as I get set up on the next run in terms of these earnings that we have coming up. So on Wednesday before the market tomorrow, we get lows and target. After the market tomorrow, checking out other stocks that we have. So Wednesday after the close, we're going to get Cisco out with their numbers. You talk about a pullback for Cisco. You're up 2% with the market today. You jump over to the Analyze tab. They got about a 5% move priced into their numbers after the close tomorrow. Bath & Body Works, BBWI is their symbol. You're talking about a $3.47 move there after the close tomorrow as well. Quite a pullback for Bath & Body Works. As recently as November, you were at $80 and change. You're trading at $48 right now. You jump to Thursday. I talked about Kohl's. Made it to Kohl's this weekend. Thursday, Kohl's is out with their numbers in the morning. You jump over to Kohl's. There's some volatility for you, folks. $7.26. The market, not quite sure where they're going to be on their numbers. There's some volatility if you're trading earnings. If you're not trading earnings, just important to know what the market's pricing in for the type of action you may get when Kohl's comes out with their numbers Thursday before the market. And then we get Ross Stores. ROST is their symbol Thursday after the close. About a 6% move priced into that equity. Ross trading at about 91.72 for theirs. All right, let's jump around to some of the banks. So you have Warren Buffett going into Citi. Citi's up 5.9%. You talk about getting hammered, man. You take a look at this thing on a 3-year weekly, down from $80 last year around this time, May 31st. You're trading at 50.28. I talked about at the beginning of the show, almost right back to the beginning of where you were in the beginning of April 2 years ago. Definitely underperforming versus some of the other banks on Wall Street, and Buffett taking a position. He's fully out of Wells Fargo now. Take a look at Wells Fargo. They had kind of got ahead of the pack there, up to $60. But you take a look at the run from $20 to 60, almost right back to that 50%. Wells Fargo, maybe they find a bid where you got a little bit of support. For June of last year, and we got yields right now, the 10-year sitting at about 3%. We're just under that number, 2.96%, the yield on the 10-year. And to finish up the earnings front, we have John Deere Friday this week before the market. John Deere been very strong with, of course, the agriculture going on. You're up to 446 as recently as last month. You're trading right now at 378. You jump over to the Analyze tab, looking at about a $17 move expected for their numbers Friday morning for a $380 stock. And the other one we get, this is going to be some volatility. It always is, Foot Locker. And there's some move for you. What's that? A 12% move priced in, $4 on a $31 stock. Do not buy Foot Locker. That would be my advice, folks. The market saying they might be in big trouble last earnings, and I would guess they're not going to save the day with their numbers, folks. That's a tough business to be in. Nike's doing a lot more business direct mail, and you got direct to consumer, I should say, not direct mail, but maybe direct mail. You're trading at $31. You're right where we chopped around 2 years ago on Foot Locker, down from $66 about a year ago in May. Foot Locker out with their numbers, and as I said, about a $4 move priced in for their earnings on Friday morning. Yeah, we get Palo Alto Networks Thursday after the close. Analog Devices Wednesday before the open. We also get, so let's jump around to some of the Asian stocks because they got some upgrades out there, I think, from JP Morgan. I'd still be careful here, folks. Like, check out Alibaba, right? You go back to October of 2020, this thing's still well within a downtrend channel that's pretty well defined. You get up to about $100 in Alibaba, be careful, because every time we've gotten up to that level, this thing sold off in terms of the upper portion. Eventually, these Chinese stocks will be a buy. Not sure this is it just yet, but Baba up about 8% as they get an upgrade. We jump over to JD.com, up 6.2% right now. Trip.com up 4.6% right now. Yeah, all of them catching quite a bit. All right, let's check back to some of the stocks that are trading, and look at that, Walmart. Right back to the lower end of this box. Pretty interesting, right, folks? Maybe this is where Walmart finds a bid. Pretty remarkable that you got to go back almost 2 years to August of 2020, where Walmart was at 135. Walmart had overperformed this year. We do have some Walmart in my newsletter, Rocket Equities and Options. Not the type of move you want to see. Had been an overperformer this year before their earnings. Down 8.8% on missing on the bottom line. They raised their forecast, folks. That's the silver lining in there. And then you jump over to Home Depot. Ooh, giving back some of those gains, only up by about 2%. Stay tuned, folks. We'll be right back to finish up the show.
Sharpening your skills as an investor is like getting better at playing a musical instrument. You have to practice, sure, but you also need excellent instruction from experts. At TFNN, you'll get advice and guidance from the authority in technical market analysis. And it's not just dry, tedious text either. TFNN airs live financial content streamed live on TFNN.com and TFNN's YouTube channel with Tiger TV, live every market day from 8:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. Eastern, for free. Each host is an experienced trader and gives their take on the market while taking calls and questions live from around the world. From the moment the market opens until the closing bell sounds, Tiger TV has 8 different shows with expert hosts to help you make the right moves with your money. Watch online at TFNN.com or on TFNN's YouTube channel and become the investor you were born to be. TFNN, educating investors.
You might think that if you want to be successful at trading in the stock market, you're going to need a crystal ball. After all, it's impossible to predict the future, right? Like any endeavor in life, before you decide it's impossible, get some advice from the experts. You might find that it's not so impossible after all. For daily market overviews that give you direction on the key indices, selective stocks, and commodities, subscribe to the Opening Call newsletter at TFNN.com. The Opening Call newsletter is written by Basil Chapman, creator of the trading methodology known as the Chapman Wave. The Chapman Wave up-down sequence gives you an edge in identifying price turns, finding the peaks and valleys in stock prices. Get the Opening Call newsletter by Basil Chapman in your inbox every day. First-time subscribers also get a 30-day money-back guarantee. If you're not satisfied, let us know, and you'll get a full refund within 30 days of signing up. TFNN.com, educating investors.
With market volatility roaring back in April, Larry Pesavento has just announced a 5-hour live trading webinar coming up on May 17th. Larry Pesavento is a 56-year trading veteran and has mastered his trading skills through many different market fluctuations. Join Larry on May 17th as he hosts a live 5-hour trading webinar from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. Eastern Time, giving you insight into how he analyzes the market and decides his plays. Larry will delve deep into the ABCD trading pattern, explaining how to structure your trading day, the times most likely to generate signals, which signals to ignore, and how to use the pattern to mitigate risk. In this all-day 5-hour live trading webinar, take a seat by Larry's side as he trades the markets real time, including the Dow and S&P 500E mini, crude oil, natural gas, gold, treasury bonds, wheat and soybeans, the euro dollar, pound dollar, dollar yen, and more. If you've ever wanted to get inside the mind of a market master, you cannot miss this live trading webinar. To sign up today, just visit the front page of TFNN.com.
This segment is brought to you by Thinkorswim. For more information, just click the Thinkorswim banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
Welcome back, folks. The S&P is up 46 points right now. You're looking at a NASDAQ giving back some of the gains. I got this up on a weekly basis right now. NASDAQ up 1.6% on the day. You see that NASDAQ. We come down and touch that 50% line almost to the dot, man. Last week's low, 11,689. I got a 50% retracement within 15 points of that price level for an 11,600 point index. You hit the 50%. Not sure that's where it stops, though, unfortunately, folks. There is a lot of volatility left in this market. You saw it with Walmart today, and you're going to see that continue as Walmart now down 9%, down $13.60. You give back all of the gains that Walmart just had over the last 3 months, folks, trading up from a price point of 132 to 160. And we opened at about 150, closed yesterday at 150, and you give it all back. We're back to about 135. Walmart right back to an area that as the lower portion of that box right there for 135. All right, let's jump around to some of those commodities as we take a look at gold, giving back some of the gains as well. Back to a daily. Gold up $9 on the session, but back to a 15-minute or even 5-minute. You had been the size about 18.35. We're off about $12 from those highs, 18.23 in the price of gold. We jump over to the all-important notes and bonds. Right now, you're looking at a yield approaching 3% on the 10-year. We're trading down 25 ticks right now at 118.28. And it's going to be interesting to see where we go. I believe you have Chairman Powell out there speaking today. That'll be interesting as well to see what he has to say. As there's been a lot of talk lately about Chairman Powell being kind of late to the party. We'll see if he defends himself and how he does in terms of the path that they are on, 50 basis points. And I imagine it's coming down the line, folks. Strong retail sales this morning. But here's what I'll leave you with. You should have rising retail sales in an inflationary environment, okay? Yes, it has not caused consumers to stop spending just yet, but not necessarily indicative of a growing economy. Could just be indicative of growing prices for the same products. We will see how this goes. Folks, thanks so much for starting your trading day with me. Stay tuned. We have our man Basil Chapman. He is coming up next with the Tiger Technicians Hour. We got Fast Market coming up live at 12. We have Steve Rhodes at 1, Dave White at 2, Tom O'Brien, my dad, wraps it up live from 3 till 4. Thanks so much, folks. Have a great Tuesday.